Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video, we are going to discuss about the legend selections which will be starting tomorrow. We are going to be getting one per day and in total we are going to get 10 legend selections, 2 pools with 10 legends for each color, so 2 for strength, 2 for dex, Q, Psi and Int respectively. All this is a part of the super thank you campaign for the One Piece Treasure Cruise 10th anniversary of course, and no legend will be repeating. Let's begin by discussing what you should prioritize when picking your one legend out of the pool of 10. This is everything you should consider in my opinion. New legends, level limit break abilities, especially the unique ones like Super Tandem or Final Tap, and finally luck for the co-op quests. Without a doubt, your first priority should be getting new units, right? Because it is infinitely better to get a unit you don't have in your box than just increasing the captain ability, let's say, by level limit break for a unit you already have pulled multiple times. The only exception to this rule could be if you specifically want level limit break to clear a quest that you can't without it, but even that is a very specific scenario and won't apply to like 99% of the player base, so targeting new legends is the safest and probably best option in majority of cases. And have in mind, this selection is very unique to the 10th anniversary, it doesn't come around often. Now, if you do have everyone from a specific selection legend pool, you can definitely go for level limit break. Unique limit break abilities are definitely to be considered, but I have to warn you, getting your Super Tandem limit break ability from level 1 to level 2 isn't like the biggest boost in the world. Now, maybe you go from level 3 to level 4, that is definitely better, but going from 1 to 2 is like a very minimal boost. If you have no other choice though, definitely an option still, since it helps you get closer to maxing it out from future dupes you pull of that legend. I won't be telling you a specific legend to get from each selection day, but I will go over some notable legends, some good units, and in specific days we have some clear favorites, that is for certain, but in One Piece Treasure Cruise, because everything is depending on content and your box in general, so what other units you have, for example, to pair up with your new legend, the suggestions can be so different for different players. So let's go over some strong units. From day 1, we have a strength pool, and I would definitely say Summer Vivi is a very strong candidate, a very good legend, strong even for new players, and the same goes for Vitus Snakeman, so the Luffy here in the first row. If you're a new player, he will help you a lot versus Dex content. Ulti is also a pretty underrated unit I want to discuss about because she provides boosting that not a lot of units do, and her removal, utility wise, is great for 7 turns. For day number 2, I will definitely have to talk about Ulti and Black Maria because they can delay through immunity and provide a conditional attack boost. They are also a dual unit, can provide more with a super swap for example, and they also have 2 colors, Dex and Int, so they can help you with different types of enemies. Vitu Hiyori is definitely a strong candidate here because she provides a full board of Wano slots and locks them, so you can have Wano slots for multiple turns or even stages, and if you can lock them again for even longer during the quest. And because Wano slots are not manipulatable, she's a very strong unit with all of the healing and utility she can provide as well. And let me clarify by the way that it's not like every unit I don't mention from each day is garbage. Like here, Queen can also be very helpful with his chain boundaries and automatic special activation, but I want to limit my notable mentions to like 2 to 3 legends per day, so this video doesn't take forever. Getting into day 3 with the first Q selection, we have Beckman and Lucky Roo. 3 turns of an ore boost and 3 turns of chain boundaries can be extremely valuable. They are evolved around shooters, unfortunately not the strongest class, but 3 turns of chain boundaries is just so valuable sometimes that I would definitely consider them. Also, if you do have Super Sugofest Uta, they are an amazing combination with her Q version. Super Tandem Law here is also a very good unit. Then I would have to mention two more units here simply because they are both unique in their own right. First is Ulti Page 1. They can provide a conditional attack boost that is very good, and it does not consider immunities, so that is always a plus. They are strong, mainly for super bosses lately. And finally Shirahoshi Mancery, because the Shirahoshi Mancery units, they are utility beasts, so they have to get a mention automatically. Going to the fourth day now, I will definitely have to talk about dual units here, because Shanks and Buggy can be great, they have very good utility, and that for a Shanks unit is definitely notable. Yasop and Usopp are very good for super bosses because they also have the ability to ignore immunity, delay them, and provide a conditional attack boost. They are very good in free spirit teams. Another Shanks legend, the Shanks crew, I will definitely have to mention. If you are newer to the game, getting the super evolution of the Shanks crew will definitely help you a lot. They don't provide chain boundaries, they do provide a chain lock, but it is a very good one, and you can get the chain lock for even 4 turns if they are captain, and with them having the ability to also remove special bind from the captain position and having a very good swap and super swap, they are definitely one of the strong units in this pool. They do even have level limit break, but a lot of people have the Shanks crew, so what are some different options for dual units? Rayleigh Gaban and Kinemon Denjiro both can provide good utility and damage. For day number 5, some weird options. I think that we do have some clear favorites here. So for farming and quality of life, I would say Film Red Chopper, because he can help you with more EXP and more cotton candy in the daily quests. And then Super Tandem Jack with Super Tandem Kid are both valid options, especially Jack because he's a unit that can be combined with a lot of Kaido units. He can provide chain boundaries, which is awesome, and has an amazing utility combination, so he can be an amazing unit to pick up if you don't have him already. And he has Super Tandem, of course, just like Kid, so if you want to increase that, you can do that as well. Going to week 6, we have a pretty weird pool of units, because we don't have a clear favorite. Maybe Nami and Usopp can be a good pickup because of their utility and ability to provide damage, but the more recent units, Kanjuro and Izo, are pretty niche. They can both definitely be decent, but not just the easiest units to use in every team. And then we see some dual units that are okay units for sure, but in my opinion would be infinitely better with a super evolution, if that is of course handled correctly. And these units are Luffy Sanji, Mihawk Perona, Luffy Taro Zorojuro, and Sabo Koala. For some utility from the captain ability, you can also pick up the 3 Sweet Commanders that can remove despair if you miss them, but they are very strength focused. For week 7, if you do not have Robin and Jinbe, pick them up. Without a shadow of a doubt, they are one of the best units in the entire game. I don't know if that's a hot take or not for a lot of people, but I love this unit. I'm using them a lot and their value is insane. If you do have them and prefer getting something different, getting the princesses with Shirahoshi, Mancery, Vivi and Rebecca is a good choice, and even Katakuri, Oven and Brûlé is a very unique unit, but using them is definitely harder simply because you need to manipulate your HP to use them at their maximum potential. For the next week we have another Q selection, and I think here the more recent units, Momonosuke and Hiyori, are probably the strongest ones, but I definitely have to tell you about Sugar because she's one of the most unique legends in the entire game, and with her super evolution she becomes even better, so she's definitely a top choice from this specific pool. Even Boa Hancock is not bad with her combination of utility, but unfortunately she provides a chain lock, which is not always good to have. For day number 9 we have V2 Uta, a unit that in my opinion could even be an anniversary exclusive or Super Sugofest legend. Obviously with some improvements, but for a normal legend she is very strong. She has her disadvantages, but a unit that can provide a lot of damage for your team. And then Momonosuke is also extremely strong, the one that released with Gear 5 Luffy, the first version. If I am not mistaken, Uta also has Super Tandem. If you have both of these though, I think that Christmas Chopper, if you miss him, is a very good utility unit, And the Straw Hat crew is worth to consider simply because they are one of the very few units in the game that allow you to select a debuff on your side and remove it for 5 turns. That can be important and help you deal with more recent debuffs introduced in One Piece Treasure Cruise like Pain, for example, where if you don't go the healing route and in case you want to remove it, you can most likely use 3 specific units for that: the Straw Hat crew, V1 Siragosi and Saibo Hancock. Outside of that very unique situation though, the Straw Hats don't have the best boosting and they also don't allow you to use other Straw Hat units in the crew, obviously because all of the Straw Hats are present in this unit. And for day number 10, the final day, I think the pool for int units is better than the other ones simply because we have Albert and Super Tandem Queen, 2 very strong units, and even though they are together, so we cannot get them both for free from selection days, they are also available through the medal exchange. So for example, if you are someone who misses them both, you can get one from here and the other one with medals if that is something you want to do. Even if you have them, you can focus on their unique limit break abilities, in case of course you have everyone else in the pool as well, but if you don't, some other unique units are Corazon and Law and Halloween Perona. Even V1 Bonnie, who recently got a Super Evolution, is a pretty decent unit. Even Marco is pretty good actually, so definitely one of the hardest choices from selection days, but in case you're wondering about Fujitora and Kizaru because they are very unique and the most recent unit out of this pool, I wouldn't really advise you to get them. They are a very specific unit and generally as a design it didn't hit the mark in my opinion. These are all of the selection days though and some notable legends from them. If you are on the fence for a specific selection day, you can leave a specific question for your box down below. If you are between 2 different legends for example, I would be happy to help. And have in mind, everything I said in this video does not include Pirate Rumble because I don't have the knowledge for the current meta to give you advice on who to pick for that mode specifically. That is everything I had to say for this video though, hopefully you found it helpful or enjoyable. If you leave a like I would really appreciate it, it helps out a lot, and as always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.